Good morning, grasshoppers. Little sluggish on the Twitch side. We have the Akhsharumova Swiss. For those of you who have not yet heard enough about her, she now lives in the United States. She won the 1987 U.S. Women's Championship. But she was a couple of times Soviet chess champion in 1976 and 1974. She was the wife of the famous Soviet dissident Boris Gulko. Boris Gulko and his wife emigrated to Israel, I believe. I don't know that it tells the whole story here. Before they came to the United States in the mid-1980s. This happened in my lifetime as a chess player, as I started playing chess in 1984. Unfortunately, if you click on the U.S. Women's Chess Championship, all you really get is that. So she must have emigrated in 1986, because it takes a year for all of the benefits to kick in. Oh, I just realized I forgot something downstairs. I'll be back. 1 second. Excellent. So let's just focus in on one of our key games here with Ron Hay versus Para NL, and let's take a look at what's going on. Sometimes it's easier to comment on others' games. They have 2 rooks and 1 bishop each. Those are the primary pieces to pay attention to, as those are the active pieces that can get the most work done. Pawns, which can only move 1 square at a time, are not yet pieces until they reach the other side of the board. They become pieces, and all the pieces that I'm referring to are able to move backwards. So how are we going to break through? That is the question. Can he shift his forces to the A pawn? Can he grab space on the queen side? Can he continue to attack weaknesses? So black has 2 pawn islands. All of these pawns are 1 island, separated by 2 files. There's an isolated pawn on the other side of the board. So black has 2 pawn islands, while white has 3 pawn islands, which makes the defense of the weaknesses in the endgame much more difficult. The pieces should not be defending pawns. The pawns should be defending each other in 1 solid island, in theory. So there should be fewer pawn weaknesses, so that the pieces don't have to guard the pawns, and it should be the other way around. So in turn, what is white to do? White is in a smidgen of Zugzwang. He's preparing to protect both. Now black has a big choice on whether or not to put pressure on the bishop. The pawn on A2 or the pawn on C4. So we'll see that black has three very active pieces, and white's pieces are tied down to a good extent defending. It's also probable that black's king could have made a bolt forward. I would have probably moved my king to c5 instead of across. Not sure why the king moved to the side, other than the fact that he was concerned about the rook on the d2 square obtaining some form of counterplay. And now the pressure on the c pawn is a little tricky. You can already see that both players running down to a minute in the thought process, trying to come up with good moves. For example, candidate moves are king to c6, rook to a4, rook to a3, and rook to c5. And then we could actually do layered candidates. So after a move like rook to c5, we have candidate moves like a5, e6. E6 doesn't really look like such a great candidate move. But that rook to a4, indeed. Now we just have to keep improving our position. That is fascinating. Taking advantage of the pin. I was actually thinking about that. If the king were on c6, this would have been a lot easier, because our rook could be on c5. We could actually prepare the move d5. d5 is a great candidate move. I completely overlooked that one. Am I even live? I am not seeing my own chat. Let me refresh my chat. Oh my gosh. Good morning. My chat was so not refreshed. Dark Blade, good morning. Rogan, good morning. Whiskey, this hour of the morning? I don't think so. It's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Who are you, John Wayne Rogan? Yeatenheimer yeeted you? Yes? You need some prep. The best prep, ironically, Dark Blade, is to do a round of Puzzle Streak. Just get the juices flowing. Puzzle Streak, anything that can get you going slowly is best. Ginka, namaste. I missed you, kiddo. I'm trying to think of the last time that I saw one of your updates on Good morning, Atul. In Stream Manager in category, did I say anything? Did you do anything? Good day, Lauren. How are you? I'm so happy you're back. I hope you're playing, because there's no substitute for diligent daily application at a benchmark level. This is not just a benchmark, Lauren, by the way, in the numbers that you were looking at that I told you not to look at. This is a benchmark in performance. Just applying yourself every single day in a controlled environment against a group of players that may or may not help you to apply yourself. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine how many games I've played against JL and Amarato? I am 87. Hold on here. Can't even see the other number. 87 and 15 against JL and Amarato. So I've played 102 games with JL and Amarato. It's a good thing that it doesn't show the percentages. So yesterday, I believe I played... I'm trying to recall. I'm actually going to go with another Karo Khan edition here for the most part. Oh, yes. I recall now what this was. Against c4. I'm just going to play a little bit more straightforwardly for the most part. And now, should I have played knight e4 in that particular position? Should I have? I'm hoping for knight f3. I really am. But I do need to get my pizzas out. How best to get my pieces out in the fastest, most reasonable manner possible? Against Jail and Amorato, for example, I've noticed that I need creative, original positions, and I'm getting my pieces out a little slowly. My opponent has a huge space advantage. Huge space advantage. I'm planning on protecting my d6 pawn in a manner of fast development that suits me. I am, of course, very concerned about a number of things, but now I'm fighting for the initiative as I try to trade queens, keep this pawn from being developed. I'm not really threatening anything, mind you. I'm truly not threatening anything except to keep the opponent's bishop at bay. I'm also stopping knight to g5 as the knight is tied down, protecting the queen. So white has a Maroczy bind of sorts. Wow. He took the challenge. Let's go for it. Let us go for it. So now, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Pawn protected, pawn attacked. I'm trying everything to get out here. And now for something completely irrelevant. Can I get a double attack on this? Can I get a double attack on the c1 square as well? This is the question. Am I concerned about the move e5? Another question. I'm really asking for it here. I truly am. I'm really asking for it. As all of his pieces attempt to coordinate, we'll see if he sees my main threat. Can he play that? This was my main threat. My main threat was to castle queenside. My main threat was to castle queenside, but knight takes. I don't want to give up on that idea. I really do not want to give up on the idea of rook to c1 or queen to c1. Or bishop to b4. I don't want to give up on any of those ideas. So I can attack this 3 times, but this will be hanging. Oh, let's just go for it. We'll worry about it later. I'm going to take the rook if he gives me a chance. I'm going to castle queenside if he gives me a chance. It's like insane what I'm about to do. So bishop takes d6 is off the cards, I believe. Knight takes e6 is off the cards. c5 is off the cards. Or is c5 off the cards? Maybe c5 is not off the cards. Looking at everything. Atul, it's India in... good morning, Pegasus. Sorry, I'm going to get back to... That's awesome. But yeah, I actually think that you could also prepare for these events and others on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday weekend basis. So basically, one of my original training plans when I was improving earlier, we didn't have tournaments every day. So for example, playing every day and concentrating all of your play on yourself is one thing. However, there's another aspect to this that we have to keep in mind. And one, good morning, Chescudo. How are you, sir? I need to keep up the pressure. Keep attacking pizzas. My opponent has the bishop pair. Again, I'm going to have a 2 pawn islands. I'm crossing my fingers. You can stream in Twitch, but it's not showing in Lichess. You have to register with Lichess as a streamer. There is a streamer package or a streamer forum somewhere that you can do it. All right, Atul? Can I play this way? Let's keep developing our pieces. Oh, wait a minute. Is it my turn? What's happening here? I think I have to just guard. As much as I dislike this move, I just have to guard. I do not want to have to defend at all, at all, at all. So now my opponent has challenged me. I need to keep it up. Boo, 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 boo. Keep it up. I needed white's pieces to be tied down here before I consider that my b-pawn has to be defended the terrible way. Now I'm trying to keep his knight from moving. I have an absolutely horrid bishop, by the way. So he is defending, but what is he attacking? That is the question. He is defending, but what is he attacking? Again, I have an absolutely atrocious and terrible bishop. So is knight takes check worthy? Let's just march up there and hope that we can defend. Where are you headed? I repeat. All right, I have to trade pawns and my bishop. Indeed. Now we are going to challenge our opponent's ability to be down a rook. Yes. It all worked out well. Why am I missing my desktop sounds? Am I missing all of my sound alerts? Do I have any sound? Interesting. You know what I'm missing? I have not put on the music for this morning, but I haven't chosen the type of music. Ah, there's my sound. That is the problem.
Bak, hızlı oynamanın cezasını kulaklar çeker.
That's my problem. Have you been hearing that sound all along? We're playing some other stream in the background. Ye gads, folks. HS.org streamer PCT logo giver. All right. It says that you're offline at the moment. What does that mean? Atul Matil TD. So you have to connect Atul Matatil 1 to your Twitch account somehow. Yes. So if I do a shout out, whoops. For Atul Mata, sorry, almost misspelled it. Make sure I spell this correctly. This is the way it should work within Twitch, by the way. That is your streamer name. Because you're logged into Twitch here, right? And this is your streamer name, Atul Malatil 1. Got it. Now, I understand the difficulties you're going through. I was there almost 2 years ago in March when this random pandemic hit. It took me by the end of March, the 2-week break. Uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't miss around. The 2-week break of that of the school year at the end of March, I set up or attempted to set up a really terrible stream. I'm actually very curious as to if those videos survived. If any of those videos survived. I also have to check my email, since I believe that Quadraspassky was to send me the emotes. I don't know if he actually started working on them, but we have to find out. I do not do OBS. I find OBS too difficult. At the moment, OBS is way too difficult. Yeah, OBS is like, it is another level, honestly. So let's see, I'm in Master Chess Dojo, yada, yada, yada. Let's get back to our previously scheduled work here. All right. Aryan Rahimpur, good morning. I know nothing about Aryan Rahimpur, except that I've won a game before. What? Okay. And I was white. So I'm not going to do any of my old stuff. I'm going to play something standard. I'm going to play a nice topical standard. He's a respectable opponent. We're going to go for it here. Now this is not a very good line for white, but it does its job. Let's see if he has any of the standards listed. Nope. I'm quite okay with most of these variations. Moment of truth, one key move here. Bishop d7 usually is the key move here. Or is it bishop d2 for me? Interesting. So, we'll defend. After my game, you should be streaming regardless, sir. You should be streaming regardless of whether or not I'm playing my game. I can't troubleshoot your stream that easily without you streaming. The best way to learn, in general, is to learn by doing. You would just have to do it. So bishop d2 was my move of choice on the previous turn, by the way. It was. Bishop d2 is my move of choice. I'm going to continue to expand in the center. I have not yet decided how I'm going to continue attacking. But I do know that I want to get rid of certain aspects of my opponent's position. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but let's see. Surprise me. I don't know where you're going with that, but you can surprise me. All right, moment of truth. Knight. Bishop. Pawn. C-file. Queen. All right, I'm going this way. I'm a little bothered about giving him an outpost in the center. Just a little. Good knight versus bad bishop. How can we go about this? Have I teased him enough? I do not know. I just need to move my king at this point. Okay. Fair enough. And now for something completely different. Can I go that way? I want it that way. We're nothing but a heartache. We're nothing but a mistake. But we definitely want it that way. Can I play this? Just doesn't add up. Right? So rook to c3, queen to d4. Rook to c3, queen to d4. Doesn't add up. Knight to d3 is also a little bit of a pain. All right. We are very clumsy here. Very, very clumsy. But I do have to threaten a number of things. Maybe I'm even threatening a perpetual. Just maybe. Queen d4. So now I really have to decide. f6, rook g8, queen to g7 check does not work. Or does it? f6, rook to g8. I can also take check. And then try to play that, which doesn't work. Or I can just shuttle my rook across, which is what I have to do, probably. Still threatening everything that he owns. Relatively happy about that. Interesting. I'm not sure where you're headed with that. Knight f2 check. Knight takes f2. Very good. He does have me there. I am a bit overworked, or am I? I'll be darned. I'm overworked on the d1 square. After my game only, yes, but it's an entire tournament, sir. That is the problem. Therein lies the tale. And the problem. So where are you headed? What does it all mean? We got rid of our dark squared bishop. We have one extra pawn. My pieces are not coordinated. Loose pieces drop off, by the way. I should not have played this move. Whoa! That's craziness. Where are you going? Oh, I see. If we go that way. I repeat, if we go that way. That is the story. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My queen is really in terrible shape. It really is. But so is his knight. We can cross our fingers on that note. It's unfortunate that I just lost. Yeah. I just lost. I have no choice in the matter. Mm-hmm. No choice in the matter. I'm nothing but a heartache. I'm nothing but a mistake. I want it that way. Can I repeat the position? Do I want to repeat the position? Therein lies the tale. 30 seconds. Yeah, why not? Up to him. Do need a new secret weapon against the Accelerated Dragon. That much is true. You're not asking me for permission to stream. May you stream. Do you know how many chess streamers there are? There are a lot of chess streamers going on right now. If we just go to the browse section, right? And the chess section, it's like ridiculous how many chess streamers there are. You should not be asking permission from me or all of these streamers for permission to stream. I always keep an eye out for new streamers for the most part. Mayor Pent is streaming. I'm not the one to ask about streaming. You are asking the wrong person. I learned by doing. There are professionals out there who teach streaming. I teach chess. Mayor Pant is streaming. That's very cool. And she's doing puzzles. It doesn't say that you're streaming, by the way. There seems to be something wrong. I do see it. If you hover over the link that I just did the shout out, right? And when you start streaming, Dr. Blunder. Where am I? Did I start so long ago? Ginka? Wait just a moment here, Ginka. Where are you, Ginka? Are you still with us, Ginka? Started streaming 14 minutes ago. I don't know how to share your channel, Ginka. You're streaming on YouTube. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. Obviously, I can't give her a shout out the way I want to. But she's doing something with stockfish, analyzing with stockfish. And I get to see her, I get to hear her real voice. So that's cool. Even though I think I've heard it in YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to save that for later. Atul, are you in the tournament, Atul? Just trying to track you down here. Well, I did get something really great. It's not showing in Lichess because you're not listed as a streamer. When you go up to your profile, there's your streamer manager. You just have to register as a streamer manager with Lichess. And you have to put, as you already have, lichess.org in the background of your thing. It does say streaming chess on lichess.org, I think. Wait. It still says you're offline. No, it says you're live now. All right, got it. Yeah, streamer manager. So go ahead and click there. Click on your streamer manager. And where is your subject line, by the way? So you have to have in your stream title lichess.org, not unlike I have it. Where is your stream title? Don't put it in quotes. Just lichess.org. Streaming chess on lichess.org. So change your stream title. No, all that looks good. All that looks good. I think Your streamer name on Lichess should not have a space. I don't think. Yeah, just take out those quotes. That might help. It's going to take a minute. Definitely take out a minute. Take out those quotes. So your streamer name on Lichess, your Twitch username or URL, that should be good. Yeah, that should all be good. I was just checking. Yeah, for now, let's take out the space. Your streamer name on Lichess. Oh, no. How about it? Your streamer name on Lichess should be your ID. Atul Mata, no. What is it? Whatever. Yeah, put that space in there. No, that's fine. And now I think that name should be your playing name on Lichess. Whatever you play with on Lichess, so they can connect your Twitch to your username that you play with. So if you play with a tool, you should be in business. Hold on, I'm going away. I'm going back to Jeff. D4. My name is Jeff. What do I do with this guy? I do not know. Did your belt update? Hold the phone. For 4 months? I think it's 3, then 6 months. It goes from 3 months to 6 months. It's a little bit of a long haul. All the chess people have one. My Union Square Park video should be coming in warmer weather. How about that? I'm glad you're on it, though. Ah, you know what? I need a reward. IRL stream from New York City Landmark. IRL stream from New York City Landmark as a reward for channel points. Doesn't that sound like a good one? Darn muscle memory. Did you do it? You got it? Hold on. Tool, did you get it? I don't have a moment right now to get over there to see if you've gotten it. So I'm crossing my fingers on that note. I have the power, Kudo. What? You did not do that to him. Now how to undo? No, you can't undo it anymore. What's done is done. Give it time. Relax. It does not always show up immediately. Wow, Ellen Nilsson. Frederica. It's her birthday today. I did not know that. After this game. So that's why you have to keep streaming. It doesn't show up right away. There's like a little bit of a lag time where it registers, it goes through the packets, the internet packets, and then everything happens. OMG. Well, I don't have a choice in the matter. I said I wanted the bishop pair. I want the bishop pair. I said that I want the bishop pair, and darn it, I want the bishop pair. I don't know what I'm going to do with the bishop pair. Honestly. I really don't. know what I'm going to do with the bishop pair once I get it. I'm nothing but a heartache. I'm nothing but a mistake. I want it that way. Always time out for 69 seconds. When you're doing it for fun, yeah, I think so. When you're doing it for fun, it is best to time out for 69 seconds. Can I just keep this up? I really want to just keep this up. I'm staying creative with the fewer number of pawn islands. Ron Hay and I are roughly of the same generation, and we actually have very similar. Trying to decide what I'm going to do here with this fellow. We actually have very similar problems in the development part. So meanwhile, back at the ranch. B5. So if B5, knight takes B5. Bishop takes B5. So if B5, bishop takes B5, bishop takes C3. Does that work? Let's just consider this for a moment. B5, bishop takes B5, bishop takes C3, bishop takes D7, queen takes D7, B takes C3. I like the idea. It doesn't quite work. B5, bishop takes B5, bishop takes B5, knight takes B5. Queen to D6. No, it doesn't work. Queen to D7 doesn't work. B5. Do not like it, I don't. All right, fine. Try to make that work for a full minute. No, we need pawn play at duel. Pawn play, because we're playing a semi-closed game or a semi-open game, depending on how you look at it. We started off with Queen's Gambit Decline / Nimzo Indian / Karo Khan, and we need pawn play to balance our piece play. The youngest of players always seem to use an inordinate amount of piece play. Now, on the other hand, queen to b6 might be an option, because this queen is there. Because this queen is unprotected, we may be able to gain time on this. But we do need to restrict his knight as much as possible. If he guards his queen, or if he isolates his pawn in any way, we'll be happy. I'm going to put pressure on d4, which is a backward pawn, unless it moves forward. If it moves forward, then it's not a backward pawn. It's an isolated pawn. So, playing against certain pawn structures, relatively key. Now what's going on? Is there an opportunity here, or do I need to play bishop e8 like the old masters? The old masters would play bishop e8 to avoid any trouble. If he does have d5, ed5, ed5, bishop d5, am I in trouble? Let's see if we can egg him into a move like d5. We have only 4 things covering it. He will have 3 at the end of the first capture. That's the easiest way to look at it. When we have 4 things attacking a square, we'll have 3 remaining at the end of the capture. He has 3 remaining defending it. Atul, I'm not sure why you're looking at the clock. The only part of this board that you should be looking at. But it's like a goldfish bowl, Lauren. Believe it or not, I didn't get to finish my story yesterday, perhaps, but I wanted you to know Can I do it this way? All right, we'll shift gears. I wanted you to know that every game comes down to the last 5 minutes. In the 1988 U.S. Open that was held in Boston, Massachusetts, it was one of the last U.S. Open tournaments that was 1 game a day, held every day at like 7 p.m. for everybody to come after work. For an entire 12 days, mind you. So every day there was a slow tournament game for 5 days. So now what's going on here? I have to decide what's going on in this position. So he protected. Are we ready to do it? Ah! It's a bummer. Just need to lock down on that side of the board. Believe it or not, I do want him to push that pawn. But I want him to push that pawn under the best possible circumstances. So, Lauren, to finish the U.S. Open story, the players basically had a certain amount of time every day. And with that amount of time, they still ran into time trouble, regardless of the situation that was going on. So here I have to just do some quick calculations. I do want to take once. And now, do I want to take that one? Rook takes c3. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. There is a wall that's keeping his king out, by the way. And we always had this particular option. But I need to put my king on the other side of this. Yeah, we know where a tool is from. It is a very prominent thing. Thank you for the Discord. A tool, by the way, we do not win chess games. This is another really important secret as I'm about to finish my story for Lauren. This is the world's longest story. I have to edit this one together. So I would leave with my friend. We would go out to dinner every evening after our game about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. We would leave our game, go out to dinner, and then come back to the tournament hall to watch all of the grandmasters playing the other grandmasters with 5 minutes on their clock in their tournament game, Lauren. I repeat, they were playing each other with 5 minutes on their clock in their tournament games because why is my rating so low? Oh, maybe it was always low. I never look at my rating. But in any event, literally at the end of the time control, when your opponent does not let them checkmate you, when your opponent does not let them win material, does not let you win material, when your opponent doesn't necessarily give you a significant endgame advantage, the only thing remaining is to continue massaging the position and you run out of time. So ultimately, at the end of the game, the two players are playing a 5-minute game for all of their FIDE rating points. And this is what it used to be the case. Every grandmaster would play 5-minute games with all of their FIDE rating points. They would fight like crazy not to play 5-minute games with their FIDE rating points all the way to the point where did it show up eventually, a tool? I didn't get a chance to see. So basically, there will always be a shortage of time. There's no avoiding this. There will always be a shortage of time. It is unavoidable. If she is still here, if Lauren is still here. Yes, she's playing, I hope. I hope she's playing well. You have class tomorrow at 9 p.m. That's like a day away. Or at least little orphan Annie would tell me that. Tomorrow's a day away. All right, I'm willing to give up my bishop pair for this. I want a rook. I want a rook. How are you stopping me from taking a rook? A bishop. I do. I want a rook. I still want a rook. Yes. All right. You may have me there. I still want a rook. I want a rook. I'm not getting a rook. You have class tomorrow at 9 a.m. Yes, that is a trickier problem. You are a good student, I am sure. Keep up the good work. Namaste, Atul. You can always lurk. I'm very happy to have you here, buddy. Yeah, just try to stream frequently and stream many things and just practice, practice, practice. It is what it takes. I'm still after my rook, by the way. I am. I'm still after it. I got one pawn out of this deal now. I want two. Am I greedy? Yes. Neither of us have finished the opening. We both have a rook and a knight that have not entered the game. Yes. This sounds like a math problem. Atul, Yeatenheimers has a math problem for you. We need somebody who's in school who can do a math problem. If Yeatenheimers beats a 1900 and 1800 and loses to two 1900s and a mid-1950, as someone who's 1650 rated, would I break 1700? That is the problem. So knight takes, bishop takes. I don't really want to take with the pawn, but okay. I have to find out if this is okay. I don't really want my rook on that square, but c'est la vie. I'm helping them develop. Oh, this is true. Is the pawn on d5 going to be good enough? That is the question. Is the pawn on d5 going to be good enough? Probably not, but we are getting more exchanges out of it. This was the plan. So now we're still up a pawn. Our opponent has the two bishops. I have no way of supporting that. Unless he gives me an out. I don't see it happening. I want a bishop and knight endgame, if at all possible. Oh no! You're not supposed to be on Twitch if you're 7 years old. Leave Nepo alone. Leave Nepo alone. Attila, it is great to have you here, but do not tell anyone I repeat, do not tell anyone that you are 7 years old. It does not work very well. So let's see what we have here. We have c7. Just trying to work out my details now. He's trying to stop me from playing knight to d4. I don't like it. So if I play c7 and he plays bishop takes b2. c7, bishop takes b2, rook to d1. Rook to e8, possibly. And then I have no way of guarding my pawn except for rook to d7, and we're back to an equal game. So it's kind of a bummer. It is a bummer. Knight f4. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. I don't like it. I wonder if we can just grab a space advantage in some manner. Attila, you will be banned for asking for a draw in the chat. Don't do it. If Apostolate was here, I don't get it. Wow, that's tempting. You gods, folks. Can I go that way? Hold on here. Knight to d6. Rook takes c6. Knight to d6. Rook takes c6. b4. It's a very strange position, but I'll try it. It looks like fun. Worst comes to worst, the game is a draw. That's what my opponent wanted. We're all good. And now for something completely different. We just trade pieces. Or is he attacked? That's a bummer. Don't move so fast, Lord Tactics. I actually think that you're doing quite well. I haven't even gotten to the point where I would tell Atul to get a better camera, because he seems to have no camera. He seems to have no camera. By the way, Attila, look forward to the games that you're going to lose. Enjoy them, okay? Look forward to the games that you're about to lose. Enjoy them. Yeah, why did I not play h6? Well, he didn't understand the Queen's Gambit very much, as it turns out. Do I have time to go downstairs? I don't think so. He didn't understand the right moment in the Queen's Gambit to get h6 in, which was on bishop g5, or after c6. He developed his bishops to g4 and weakened his white squares on the queen side. So he was really, really young. All right, I really do need coffee. I have to weigh this up. I'm going back to check out whether or not I can take a round off and avoid a pairing with Ron Hay for the moment. Yeah, I'm going to take one round off. I'm going to get coffee. Maybe I'm not going to take a round off. We have a whole bunch of guys that are going to pass me by. I'm only going to have 4 points after this. They're going to have 4.5. I'm putting my faith in Ron. Yes, Para NL. Thank you, Para NL. No, I definitely need coffee, among other things. Facilities update. And I also need to get a little icon to put over. I'm going to get a toilet to... Oh, I know what I need. I need an image of Kramnik's toilet. I'm going to put an image of Kramnik's toilet. Kramnik's toilet. Google that image. Share the link. I would love it. We will put the best image of Kramnik's toilet. You'll know what I mean. It's from his match with Topalov. Kramnik's toilet, 2007 or 2008. Yolista. I'll be back. Good luck, everybody. I'm gonna put the #1 game on focus, which is Jalen Alvarado versus Ron Hay. I'm not sure how that pairing worked out. They don't show the standings. Jalen Alvarado. So Ron Hay has already played Anur and Para NL. So Para NL got it. And this round is paired, so I can come back in. I'll be back. Oh. Good luck. Oh, this is a very exciting game. Ron Hay is only up 20-2. Got to work on those percentages, Ron. All right, we're back. So for those of you who have never seen the Dangerous Weapons series, this is two of these books are the latest additions to my repertoire. They have dangerous weapons and everything. Sicilian, E4, E5, Ruy Lopez, French, yada, 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 yada. And I discovered I was missing the Nimzo Indian. And it has a lot of unusual lines that one can play in order to attack the center. For example, the dangerous D pawn in Queen C2 lines. So if I were to play some of these lines as white or as black, they are all very, very interesting. All of them. Seize the initiative with B5. That is a very old idea at this point. The E4 fifth move. That's why I play C5 instead of castles. Wanting it all, part 2. The Romanician Gambit. Queen C2, D5, A3, Bishop C3, Queen C3, C5, DC5, D4. Wow. The Romanician Gambit. So basically these are all new and unusual idea. The Topolov Gambit. Looks very valid. We are going to do a dangerous weapons series for these out-of-print books, and I am going to give credit to Fred Wilson for you to be able to find your books. Another Vidalinch specialty against 4E3. I'm looking for weapons here, creative ideas. Bishop D3, D5, Baguio City Revisited. That's 1978, by the way, the World Championship match between Korchnoi and Karpov. Idealistic Advance, 94. I love ideas that are new and fresh. And I am going to start learning my openings in order to get back into things. What's going on here? So we have 3 minor pieces versus 3 minor pieces. Black has a relatively bad bishop. White has a better but awkward bishop with a lot of space and pressure on the F7 pawn. Let me just take a quick look at the Milov Gambit here. This is in the Kasparov variation with knight F3, bishop G5. Going Dutch after knight F3, knight E4, followed by F5. The undershooting bishop. That's in the same as variation. 4A3, bishop takes C3, bishop B takes C3, C5, E3, bishop to B4. I'm sorry, B6. The souped up Blumenfeld Gambit looks very cool and creative. Against 4E3. I liked it. And anything else? Is that the last idea? And an original Leningrad for white. I don't know about that one. That one looks really sketchy. But thankfully we can use Karpov and Korchnoi. And the real key to becoming the winningest tournament player ever, by the way, everyone. If you want to become the winningest tournament player ever, there's a problem here, actually. I thought about bishop d5 in that position, followed by bishop e7. So bishop d5 had to be met by bishop to e7. Otherwise, we were going to exchange. But I wasn't entirely positive about that. Bishop versus knight endgame. all of the pawns on the board. 7 versus 7. Very creative endgame. Jail and Amarato, not at a time deficit, by the way. Now that the knight's pinned, the expansion in the center can commence. Or the improvement of the king. That's also important. This is very passive, Jail and Amarato. Very, very passive. White preserves his 2 bishops, but I'm not sure if that was the right idea. Black now has the move c4. It's extremely hard to get upon that pawn on c4, undermining the e4 pawn. c4, bishop d8, maybe. Knight b3. Very awkward. I would like to do a stream on all the World Championship matches, just like Agad Mater did. So did he find this move on his own, or is he paying attention to the stream? That is the question. I believe that bishop to d8 is the right move. The problem is that after knight to b3, we can't play king e2 for a variety of reasons. King e2 can just be met by bishop c1. So bishop d8, knight b3, bishop to g5. d5 by black breaks open the center. I'm sorry to hear that, Genka. Now, are you streaming my tournament? And why aren't you streaming my tournament? You should be streaming a tournament every day. Streaming an arena every day. And then you can go back and you can watch yourself. Now, this is the important part. Not only your ideas in how you are thinking, but your ideas in how much time you take in a position. That is key. So now we have a very unusual situation. We do. That does look like it's possibly the right move because the e5 pawn is hanging. So d takes c4. No, dude. This is not a good idea. I do not believe. Oh, maybe it is. So e takes d5, bishop takes d5, bishop takes e5, taking advantage of the pin. I was fairly certain that e takes d5 was the right idea. Was there a reason not to play e takes d5? Bishop takes d5, bishop takes e5. It looked like it won a pawn. You're only as good as your next game, so you probably, Ginka, these phrases are not good. I have to throw in the bristling humor shout out here. Oh, RJS. And I also need copy link address. Now you should have in your about that you are streaming on YouTube. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling okay. So here we go. Adcom GY and then I need to do your Twitch channel when I get a chance. There we go. Threefold repetition. So yeah, the moment of truth that I think we missed, by the way, besides all the other moments that we missed, we cannot exchange any pieces until we have an advantage. But I think the moment that Ron Hay missed in this position was right here. When, hold on. Oh, somebody already requested it. I believe E takes D5 was better. Instead of B3. Oh no, B3 was the best move. I like the idea of B takes here and then bishop takes. The problem is you have bishop takes G2. N, G. And we have nothing. Oh, we have no pin anymore. We're losing material. Bishop takes C4, B takes C4, H4, and the bishop's opposite colors. So D5 was a mistake. F3 is also probably better, keeping the tension. Bishop takes E5 doesn't do it. Because if D takes E4, D takes C4, knight takes C4, we're not exchanging the bishop for the knight. But we can't afford this fork. That is the other problem. So on D takes E4, can we bother him this way? No, E takes D3, that's too great of an advantage. So yeah, the main problem here, what was the other problem? Right here. So in this particular position, rook takes A8, I felt that bishop D5 was a better move, but it seems to be the same. Let's go back to our tournament. Peta and L. I don't know what, I can't remember what you did against the Kyle Khan, so let's try it. All right, new idea. For punishing knight c3, new idea. Right out of Alexei Swatin's book. I was watching it on a stream the other day when an old Russian streamer played this way. I don't remember the old Russian streamer's name because it's in Russian. Well, the main line is knight to d2, para NL. Knight to d2. Knight to c3 is thought to be worse. For two reasons. A, I can play g6, the Gurgen eats c, and you don't have the pawn structure deadening my bishop with c3. I also have a6 in those lines. Can you bring your own beer and sell it at a profit? Honor system. When I played in the Oslo Chess Club, they would usually charge like 5 kroner. I'm trying to remember what the prices were. It was like 5 kroner, 10 kroner, and then they had prices for coffee and other things as well, which I found equally interesting. Well, isn't that interesting? I did not consider that possibility, but I did want to stop. I did absolutely want to stop the idea of bishop to b5 check, at the very least. Literally, I have no advantage here whatsoever. There's a lot to be said for being a hermit. There is. It's a road not traveled enough. That much is certain. I didn't really look at bishop to a6 early enough. Honestly. Oh, I see why I didn't look at bishop a6 instead of queen a5. Bishop a6, bishop takes a6, queen a5, queen e2. And I cannot take the knight. I cannot take the knight on a4 because of bishop b5 check. Let's just get castled. King safety, über alles. Now we are trying to develop a bit of an initiative. So how are we going to do that? Exchange the dark squared bishop and play rook to c8? I guess so. Everything seems to be covered. Not well enough, but covered. A little bit of initiative. Lord Tactus, we are not allowed, I'm not going to say this too many more times, but we are not allowed to say or ask how old people are. Please stop. Doing that. How do I keep the pressure on? That is the question. We keep tagging the unprotected stuff of our opponent. That's how we keep the pressure on. You get more moves for black when you play black? Who did you play, Ron? Moment of truth. Are we winning a pawn? That is the question. All right, maybe I'm not winning a pawn. But I am going to enjoy this position to the best of my ability. Wow. My opponent has no fear. No fear whatsoever. How are you going to do this then? Just going to keep on sneaking. I'm sneaking an attack as best I can. This may test our playing ability. The good news is I'm only threatening mate. The bad news is that I'm threatening mate. Check. Good. Come on down. You're the next contestant on. Checkmate seems correct. Why have I not used any time here? It is time to use some time. Should I attack his rook again? A very small, subtle win. Queen f5 check, king d4. I wasn't really done with that position. Queen f5 check, king d4. I don't think I have anything there. Unless I have queen to f4, king to d3. I don't get it. What do I not see here? It says mate in 6. So let's look for it. The default was just to win the rook with rook to e1. That's probably it. But if I'm going to be checkmating, maybe It is this check. Because that's mate in 1. No, it's not mate in 1. Oh, you're getting away. It looks like you're getting away anyway, because I have that check. All right, so the candidate moves for checkmate are queen f5, queen h2, queen b2. Queen b2 actually looks pretty good too. Oh, just rook to d8? That's hard. Queen f5 is mate in 6. Rook c6 is mate in 6. Rook fc8 is mate in 8. Okay, got it. So queen f5 check of my candidate moves was the move I didn't see. And if king to d4, I might have found this move, e5 check. Rook takes e5, and then removing the defender. Yeah, I probably would have found that. Uh-oh, I have to keep track. I have a lesson. I don't know what time my lesson starts. $10 a.m. What round are we on? I'm going to ask for 10... 30-ish? Or should I? I'm supposed to start a lesson at 10. I forgot completely about it. I will be back after my lesson. I've said that yesterday. I jinxed myself by saying what I'm going to do. Yeah, get a cool beard and run cable all day, ramble on all day, and nobody notices. Is that really the secret? A long, long time ago, we ran 7, Lauren. But obviously, the tournament does not really make it past X, because you and or others often drop out after 7. Many leave after 7, and then the tournament ends at 8, usually. But we have gone the full distance. But I want to mention that there is another streamer, Ellen Nielsen. I'm not sure she's in my calendar for today. She shows up as my Facebook friend. So therefore, I'm going to make sure that Ellen Nielsen, Frederica on Lichess, is listed as a streamer. And she's not listed. So that's no good. Check my notifications. Check my Facebook. All right. I think my game has started with Ron. No, this is good. This is good. I have to decide what I'm doing with Ron. This is the game that I've been waiting for. I'll probably have one of the world's most interesting games. I think knight to c3 is still the key with white. Why do I have white against Ron? Oh, did I pull a Nepo? No, I understand, Paranel. You were actually very close to getting checkmated in that position in any event. Oh, I should not have started this game because I have a lesson. It is very late for you, isn't it? Hold on here. Let me just check my world clock. I have a world clock around here somewhere. I need to put a world clock widget into my stream. Where's my world clock widget? Where are you? Bing wallpaper download, yada, yada, yada. Aim chess shortcut. I should open that every now and then. All right, so c5. Without my without my prep, what is the point? So I'm losing a pawn if I play e5. I guess I'm just going to continue on the standard vein of a closed Sicilian here. Of course, everyone in here knows that I want to play what I want to play. And I wanted to play b3, bishop to b2, and castles queenside, but I lose, or do I lose? That is the question. Do I lose? Wow. What's going on here? e5, knight takes e5? I don't know. e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5. Hmm. Hmm. Whoa, Dudovich. Was not expecting that. Oh no, 9:59. I'm about to get the call. Am I going to get the call? I'm going to get the call. Am I going to get the call? I'm going to get the call. Let's check my phone. Yes, I'm going to get a call in about a minute. Where are you headed? And what does it all mean? I know you can't go back that way. So f3 is just as effective as You avoided a6, by the way, on the previous turn. You avoided a6 on the previous turn. So a5, knight takes e3. I mean, it would have worked, actually. a5, knight takes e3, knight takes a3, e3, b takes a5, knight to c4. But at what cost? Wow. It was a clever move on Ron's part. However, I still have the idea that I wanted to have. I have to go. I'm sorry, Ron. Thank you so much for the offer of a draw, though. 8-4 than mate. No, namaste, Ron. I thank you so much. So at the moment, just an update. So Pegasus has 3 requests, and I'm so far behind on him that I really do need to get them in. I'm not sure the order of things if I go back in the timestamps on the messages, but I can do that. I can search the messages going back on the timestamps. But Dilla Bourdonnais, Johnny Hector is coming. Johnny Hector has to be first, I believe. Kramnik. Johnny Hector was before Kosteniuk and Magnus. The only reason why Hector or Kosteniuk might be transposed is because Kosteniuk's easier to fit in. Anyway. I am not going to win this tournament. I don't think. Unless there's one more round. But Ron Hay was very generous to me. He could have beaten me, and he should have beaten me, but it wasn't that easy of a position. Good luck, gentlemen, if there is another round. Yes, Ron Hay does have a chance. Para NL catches up with me, and it's between Dragon Emperor and Ron Hay. That is the last game going. Ron Hay deserves the shot at first place for being so kind to me. Yes, you are playing Ron. Let's go. Play well. Ron, Dragon Emperor, play well. Rotten Lemons, cheers. Just an update, and I owe Chess on Earth a Magnus 6-hour stream, which I am prepared for. I just have to do a little bit of reading and prep. So we've got the Kramnik 3-hour stream. We got the Kramnik's toilet. I need that. Kramnik's toilet. As an image to put over my camera while I go to the bathroom. That seems like a reasonable thing. Make an emote out of it. By the way, nobody while I was on break before shared the link of Kramnik's toilet, did they? I tell you, I just had one small request and nobody shared a link of Kramnik's toilet. An image of Kramnik's toilet. All right. I can hear the buzz on my WhatsApp. She's saying that she is in the Zoom call. But I did say 10-ish, so let's see. I just want to put another shout out for Roke and Joe Sloan. These are my credits, by the way. I also want you to follow Zalakai, who is responsible for our sub batches. And if Roke and Joe Sloan is not finished with my emotes, I'm sorry, if Quadraspassky is not finished with my emotes yet, I had a few of my pet phrases like never surrender, never give up, and a few other things. What other pet phrases do I need, by the way? Yeah, but he's back. And I'm very happy that he is. He created and donated our amazing sub batches. And I'm very proud of him. We have other shout outs, I think, for Ginka Yurakova. I need her need more information on Ginka. That's what I need. Oh yes. That we're headed over there. Is Maripan still streaming? She is. We're headed over to a very instructional streamer. She's working on puzzles. There's no doubt in my mind that she's doing the right thing. She's up to 2850 in puzzles. She is doing Lee chess. It is so impressive. That is crazy. I'm going to have to work on my rating. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers. Ciao. I hope to be back with the instructional streams. I'm not saying that I will be because I said that yesterday and I ended up watching the Puzzle Rush battle and I may do that a bit today, so no guarantees. Para NL, have a great day, everybody. Darkblade, ciao. Also known as Dragon Emperor. Lauren JW, keep up the good work. I'm happy Yamato played as well. Congratulations, good work. Ron, thank you for that draw. I have to go to the Zoom call. Cheers.